Hey, how we doing, guys? Gray here, and today we've got our draft analysis for the BBR Season 6. Good job I got the doc up beside me, because I have no fucking clue what season this is. We are back. They tried to take us out. They made last season, made it so we couldn't win the title after 2 consecutive. So that was a non-canon season, okay? That season didn't count. We got back-to-back championships, and then they had a off season, I guess, with some small guys like Pokeaim and Envy in, and now we're back to a proper season. So yeah, I'm back obviously for that. I'm only joking, by the way. It's great to be back, and we're joined by a fantastic company, guys like Kyle A, Drewby, my guy Matt, aka Dr. Slacking. We've got D-Double, we've got Vepsis, there's so many good people, J. Ricky, Mountay, Galvanate. I'm just going to list off the entire roster if I keep going, so yeah, make sure to check them all out. Their links will be down in the description below, as well as all the other coaches for the BBR. What the fuck, I've just said to go and check out the coaches for BBR, and then I'm just going to repeat that by saying the same thing again. Anyway, you're here for a draft analysis, and I'm not going to give you one. Ha! No, so I feel like draft analysis is a little bit redundant nowadays. I don't tend to do them on my channel for leagues that don't make it mandatory. So yeah, I believe this is a league where you have to do it, so I'm doing it. If I didn't have to do it, then oh well, you got a free draft analysis from me. But I've always felt that draft analysis was kind of redundant, because most of the people that check out my channel, most people who are going to be looking at Draft League like this, is going to be people who are my friends or people who already play Draft League. I have 350 odd subs. There's not a general audience there. It's going to be just Draft League people, because that's all I've ever posted outside of freebie frees. Some freebie frees went on. They will come back at some point, but now is not the time. I straight up just don't have any time. So yeah, I will quickly go over my team, because that's why you are here, that's why you clicked on the video, and that's why for 2 minutes and 20 seconds you've sat here listening to me ramble aimlessly, honestly, just spouting whatever shit I want. So yeah, I feel like this is just going to be a very quick kind of once over of what my team is, and why I drafted, I guess, what I drafted. But honestly, a lot of it is just kind of like, hey, you know what, this was on the board, I wanted it. That's fairly simple. I think that's kind of, I've got to that point where I feel like I don't have a whole lot to prove. And in the past, I've been really analytical with my drafts, and oh yeah, this mon has to synergize really well with this mon and all that sort of thing. But yeah, now it's kind of just like, oh, that funny click button mon is still on the board. Yeah, let me get that. Let me pick that mon up. So yeah, let's get into this. That's enough of the preamble. We're getting the juices running. A little bit of foreplay. I don't know what the fuck I'm going. Yeah, let's go with the top 3 picks, because the top 3 picks were literally just the best things on the board at the time, and that was Landorus, that was Roaring Moon, and that was Cinderace. So yeah, 3 crazy mons. Yes, that is Sheer Force Landorus. Yes, that is Livero Cinderace. Yes, that is Terra Roaring Moon as well. Not the non-Terra that always hits a bit different, but not different in a good way. Sheer Force Lando smashes things. Roaring Moon sets up, smashes things. Cinderace changes type, smashes things. Simple, easy. We got removal, we got hazards, albeit don't really want those mons to be running those kind of things, but we've got pivoting on all 3. We have special attackers, we have physical attackers, and then we followed up with a Mew who can do anything. So second league with Mew in, I know. Boring, same mon, but you know, when Mew's on the board and it's 14 points, you kind of got to go for the Mew that's on the board and it's 14 points. Sure, no recovery, but everything else, hazards, setup, good choice mon. Can be AV because you got no recovery to care out anyway, so fuck it, AV is actually a set this gen. And also, once again, another pivot. Gives me that hazards, doesn't give me removal, which really kind of sucks, but we do actually somewhat kind of patch that up later. Maybe a little bit. We got core change, so you know that's the best removal. The best removal was putting on their side, and then I was like, fuck it, let's pick up some bulk, and I went Toxapex, because Toxapex Mew is a very, very strong defensive core, should I go that way. Gives me Toxic Spikes, it gives me pretty much nothing else, because Toxapex got fucking gutted this gen. Next up we had Serena. Serena is my rapid spinner, but also it's a really fun mon. Decent enough coverage, albeit no triple axle this gen, and can fill many roles on this team, which really kind of frees up Mew also to be a bit more offensive. It means that Cinderace doesn't have to run a move that isn't attacking and will turn me into a normal type, which kind of sucks. Then we got Hatterene, because what's one psychic type, honestly? No, it's just it was the best fairy that was left on the board. I don't remember too much at that point, but it was like Hatterene or not even Dashbun. Dashbun was gone the turn before. Kyle, shout out to you picking up 4-point Dashbun. That was actually a great pick. So yeah, it was just the best fairy, and then I was like, hey, you know what? I want a fighting type, and I felt like Paldean Tauros with the water form was a little bit underpriced. So yeah, I went ahead and picked that up because Toxapex being my water type, honestly, I feel like Toxapex is just a defensive mon. It's not necessarily a type. If anything, it's a defensive poison. And then my Tauros can be my bulky water, it can be my offensive water. We got lots of fun things happening with that mon. I used it in BBR last season with all 3 Tauros forms, which by the way was absolutely fucking broken. I don't know why that was allowed, but they allowed it. And then, yeah, after that, I went a little bit crazy, just for a turn, and I picked up a Hisuian Avalugg. Hisuian Avalugg, that's not the easiest to say, but I picked that mon up. It was a fun mon on the board. It certainly is one of the Hisuian forms of all time, and it's there as another spinner gives me rocks. So now I've got like Magic Bounce, I've got Core Change, I've got Rapid Spin. I don't really care too much about hazards. It was around this point in the draft, by the way, that I had then realised I was running out of points, and also I thought we could have 12 mons, and we couldn't. We could only have 11. So after I picked up my round 10, round 10 of Magneton, then then I realised, hey, you know what? I've got to pick up a 9-pointer. And really, I kind of had every role filled. I had everything that I needed, every shit mon on the board I had taken that I wanted in Avalugg. And so yeah, Magneton was like the last piece. Needed a steel type, needed electric type, you know, the usual. And so I then picked up Wo-Chen. Yeah. So yeah, I picked up Wo-Chen last, and that's getting traded away real quick. It's not coming to week 1. It's going straight in the bin. I found a new toy that I prefer, and by a new toy I prefer, I mean it's a typing that I didn't have on this draft, which is Ghost type. So I also didn't have a normal type, and I love my low tier normals. So spoilers, I will be trading away Wo-Chen. It's a dog shit mon. And I had both typings. What was I thinking? It literally can do the same things as those. I mean, okay, it can't do the same things as Serena and Roaring Moon, but those mons are just infinitely better at doing multiple roles than Wo-Chen is. So yeah, put your guesses down in the chat below. In the comments below, what you think I picked up instead of Wo-Chen. And I will also be trading away Hisuian Avalugg because I talked a lot of shit about it. However, spoilers, it does come to week 1. So it's going to get its debut, and then it's going to get traded straight away. Does that show you what it does in week 1? Maybe. But you'll have to tune into week 1 to find out. Yeah. If you can guess it right, you get a cookie, I guess. I couldn't actually send you the cookie unless you're Ellie, because then I could literally just go down to the shop and buy it for her. But outside of that, yeah, this is the team. I've put the whole thing on the screen so you can follow, because I've been all over the place and I've really not explained anything well. But yeah, this team basically is a mishmash of random mons that I've either wanted to use, or was just the best thing on the board, or just filled a typing or role that I needed. It's not bad. Defensive cores can be like Mew, Toxapex, Hatterene can be in there. You can have Tauros in there, and maybe Serena as well can be somewhat defensive. So there's something to go for there. Offensively, we are absolutely insane with Lando, Roaring Moon, Cinderace. There was no need for more offense after that. We got good pivots. We got good, or at least decent removal slash hazard deterring. Good hazards as well. Hazards are not an issue for this team. You pick up Mew and immediately hazards are not an issue. So yeah, I'm looking forward to this season. It's time to run it back. It's time to get the 3P. Last season, like I said, did not count. It wasn't canon. It was an off season. I'm sorry, J-Bear, but there's an asterisk beside your championship, and it is the fact that the original champion, the two-time BBR champion, wasn't there. And yeah, you bet your ass I'm coming for you. Not in that way. Don't you think like that? But I shall go ahead and end this video. 10 minutes long. You know what? That's not too bad. Considering the rambling, not too bad. Now I'm going to make it an extra like 10 minutes just by not doing an outro. So if you enjoyed the video, please leave a like, subscribe so you don't miss out on BBR for this season, PPL. We got other draft leagues, we got everything going on. Far too much for what I'm actually capable of dealing with, but you know, we cross those bridges when we come to it. And yeah, make sure to check out the coaches. I said that twice in the intro, so you better have already fucking done that. But in case you hadn't, make sure to check them out. Leave subs, leave likes. Tell them the Titans are on the return arc with their championship badge. And yeah, till next one, have a great day, guys. Peace.